Hello guys, welcome to the official OCA Lore explanation video. This will basically cover everything that happened in the lore and some of these little weird snippets of potential sources of lore that you've been seeing in some of the OCA 5 challenge announcements and even before that. So we're going to delve from this, we're going to try and go into chronological order. So I'm going to try and start the story from where it starts and go to where it ends. Obviously, for the start of it, I'm going to have to use some things from OCA 5, so you're going to see a lot of answers to why stuff like Dr. White's, like, black and white thing was black and white, like, cinematic. It was not cinematic, but you know what I mean? I think it was the Challenge 18 announcement where there was a little segment where Glass blanked out and saw Dr. White in it was kind of hidden. It's just like a black and white, I'm just going to use the word cinematic because I don't really know, with Dr. White, which you may have noticed and also questioned. So stuff like that is going to be explained today in this video. So let's get started from, well, the start of the story. So in the Challenge 19 announcement video, Baseball confirms that Glass is a robot, but he also confirms that he was the one who built Glass and programmed him to host reality shows. Now, obviously, this is pre-competition, so it's obviously the first thing that happens because this is when Baseball actually creates Glass. And then after this, Glass starts hosting OCA 1. Basically, Baseball was looking for a new way to make money, and he thinks that getting someone to host a reality show will be the best way to make income. So essentially, Baseball sends Glass down to Earth from the space station to find some contestants to start a reality show. And this is where OCA 1 begins. So, in order for Baseball to test how well Glass will do at hosting a reality show, he sends down a cardboard cutout of himself. This cardboard cutout of Baseball is the one that, the one that competed in OCA 1 that you'll see getting eliminated on the screen right now. So basically, Baseball is planning for his team to lose, and when they do, the Baseball cardboard cutout gets eliminated. After the cardboard cutout's elimination, Baseball decides that Glass is good enough and capable enough to host reality show. So from here, he just leaves Glass to do the rest of the work. So that's basically why there's a cardboard cutout of Baseball. It's only used just for a decoy in season 1. But there's something interesting you may notice. Look at the pose of Baseball when he's frozen. Do you recognise this pose anywhere? Well, if we go to OCA 5 Challenge 4 announcement, you can see that there was a Playdate challenge and Dr. White was paired up with the cardboard cutout with Baseball, which had the exact same pose. Which shows that Glass paired Dr. White with a raw Baseball cardboard cutout from season 1. So this is a snippet from the OCA 5 Challenge 18 announcement, where in the top corner, if you look closely enough, it says a message which reads, Season 1, Challenge 3, he found out. This links to the Challenge 19 announcement of OCA 5. Dr. White talks about a flashback which takes place during Challenge 4. Now, you may recall that message said after Elimination 3, which basically means that these two events are talking about the same thing, being the same time period, being after Season 1 Elimination 3 and before Season 1 Challenge 4. In this flashback, Dr. White finds Glass malfunctioning and broken on the floor. So here, Dr. White finds out that Glass is a robot, which throws back to when the message said he found out. This is what it's talking about. It's talking about Dr. White finding out that Glass is a robot. So from here, Dr. White fixes Glass, but gives him some new emotional fuel, which he still is a competition show host, but wants to do it slightly less. So he has more than one purpose, which is then to host competition shows. He now has a purpose to do other things in life. Which is also that cinematic black and white Dr. White adventure I was talking about earlier. It's the same thing that happens, it's just more blanked out, just because, you know, this was before, so I didn't really want to spoil anything. But yeah, these are the same events. You see Dr. White go through the exact same frames. So I'll put them side by side right now, so you can see the similarity and links to one another. Which also links to OCA 5 Challenge 17 announcement when Dr. White mentions saving glass. Now, this is what Dr. White is talking about, but he doesn't want to ruin the show for everyone by revealing to them that Glass is a robot, so he decides to keep it quiet in order to, you know, keep Glass's secret alive, even though Glass doesn't know himself, because, you know, being created as a robot doesn't know he's a robot. The only slight hint that is given that Glass knows he's a robot, which he doesn't, is just that he's allergic to water, or water. This is in the OCA 5 Elimination 17, or the actual elimination video, where it says that Glass is allergic to water. Now, as you probably know, electronics do not go well with water because normally it ends up in kablooey. So Glass stating he's allergic to water is a slight hint that he's a robot. Now, back to the actual storyline. From basically season 1 all the way through to season 5, it's just, you know, the competition, because not much is really happening until the Challenge 15 announcement, where Glass is seen making a phone call and talking about how he's not getting paid. This is a link to the Challenge 19 announcement, where Baseball claims that he'll start paying Glass again, and then says later on that he's kind of lucky that Glass blew up because he had no more money. Also, if you're wondering why Baseball was paying Glass, even though he programmed him to create OCA, so he wouldn't really need to pay him to do something he was made to do, was because of the Dr. White refix. Obviously, since then he drifted away from competition shows, which links to Elimination 18 of Season 5, where the first couple seconds of the elimination are, well, not actually part of that, you know, not actually during Season 5, but during, you know, during in between, where it shows parts of Glass, you know, showing a bit of normality and not wanting to host the show anymore. Obviously, as it's seen here, it did not only happen once. Glass had to request more than once because he really didn't want to do it anymore. The first time, Baseball, you know, offers to start paying him, so Glass keeps doing it. And then the second time around, Baseball tries to trick Glass into thinking that he needs to do it because it's the only way to keep everyone happy. Then in the Challenge 16 announcement, we see a shadowed figure from some kind of space background calling Glass, who's the one on the other line from, you know, Glass's phone calls that we've been seeing. From everything that we know already, it's pretty obvious that this is Baseball. Obviously, people didn't know at the time this came out, but from everything I've covered in this video, it's literally Baseball. But yeah, the point of the phone calls was something that Glass did every challenge, which was where Baseball told Glass what the challenges were so he could then go and do them. At the end of OCA 5 Challenge 17, we see a throwback to the post-OCA 1 finale, where all the eliminated contestants get unfrozen. And obviously, as we know, Baseball was not actually Baseball and was a cardboard cutout. Garner attempting to make conversation with what he thinks is Baseball, then finds out that it is a cardboard cutout and not actually the real Baseball. So from here, Gon has a lot of questions. Because obviously him having no idea that, baseball is actually an evil object that orders Glass to do challenges and make reality shows. Then in Elimination 18, Gunn brings this up to Glass, and then Glass kind of has to reveal to Gunn that baseball is the one who they're going up to expose for the final challenge. After Gunn mentions exposing someone, Gunn finds this is the only plausible solution, and turns out it was correct. So, since everything from there onwards has basically been explained, there's only one more thing I want to talk about, which is the finale. It's nothing major to the storyline, but when Glass asked Dr. White if he can host another season, he hesitantly says no, and because it's illegal. Now, as most of you probably gathered, Dr. White was lying, and why would it be illegal to, host a show? This was due to, obviously, with Glass dying and all, he would have lost most of his memory, which is why Dr. White and Glass watched back OCA, so Glass can gain his memory back. But Glass is not informed about why he exists and what baseball did to him. And as baseball was the one that made Glass host competition shows, Dr. White doesn't want him to host competition shows anymore. It's because baseball was the one who made him do it, and Dr. White doesn't want Glass to find out about baseball, and he doesn't want to continue what baseball would have wanted Glass to do. So this is why Dr. White tries to keep it a secret that Glass can host another season, but claims that he legally can't. It's because he don't want him to host another season because, it was baseball was the one that made him host OCA in the first place. So Dr. White doesn't want Glass to continue that legacy.